Imagine it's a peaceful afternoon on a Friday and you're all excited to just go home and slouch away on your couch. However, there's a workplace event. And out of all places, it's happening at a karaoke bar. So you decide to sip on your cocktail, sit at a corner somewhere and just wait it out, counting the minutes as they go by. But out of the corner of your eye, you see Karen from HR making a beeline to the microphone. And as you feared, Karen starts singing with all the grace of a tortured banshee. Despite bracing yourself, the ensuing screeching makes you feel as if you're tap dancing on broken glass, and you consider seriously to end it all right there and then. In most cultures, the audience would just have to endure this, because nobody would intervene, because it would just be rude or awkward or something. However, there's one culture, one country, where this wouldn't be tolerated at all. The Philippines.
Now this is my side. Listen, look, and listen, and learn.
Turns out Filipinos really love karaoke. I mean, they are deeply passionate about it. It's almost a cultural imperative over there. However, there's a dark side to this passion. There's always a flip side if you love something so much. What you hate to see is the thing that you love being desecrated, being done badly. And for the Filipinos, there is zero tolerance for bad singing or for bad singing etiquette. There is in fact one song that the Filipinos avoid singing at all costs, because people would get murdered for it. It's a song that's popular all around the world, and almost anyone would know it. And the event that would start it all happened in 1998 near the city of Dagupan in the Philippines. It was roughly 8 p.m. on the 16th of January, and the three Ferrer brothers were celebrating. One of them was living outside of their family home and had come back to visit. At 9:45, they decided to head down to the local karaoke bar to continue the celebration. As they sat there singing, drinking, they were interrupted at 10:30. So far, they had been completely alone at the bar, but three men entered. Two of them were part of the same Palaganas family, and a third one was just a friend. They sat down at a separate table, and now the microphone had to be shared, as two people couldn't be singing at the same time. Everything was working out fine, until one of the Palaganases started singing a specific song. The Ferrer brothers recognized it, and one of them started singing along. And that really pissed off the singer, who just walked up to them, started insulting them, and when things got heated, just took the microphone and hit one of the brothers with it.
Are you sure about that?
As you'd expect, this started a huge fight, and everybody was catching hands, except for the friend of the Palaganases, who escaped straight away. The fight was a 3 versus 2 and became a 3 versus 1 when one of the Palaganases also escaped. Things only calmed down once the bar owner actually intervened. Eventually, the three Ferrer brothers stepped outside, and about 8 meters in front of them was one of the escaped Palaganas' family members, with another man. He then proceeded to point at the three Ferrer brothers and said, "There they are, shoot them." The man then raised a pistol and shot at the brothers. One of them was hit in the abdomen, another in the shoulder, and a third in the head, killing him instantly. The song that started the violence was the one and only My Way, sung by Frank Sinatra.
I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got?
The decade that followed would have more than a dozen killings involved with this song and were dubbed the My Way killings. These killings weren't always the result of an escalation in violence. They could seemingly come out of nowhere, as if a switch was flipped or something. An incident which encapsulates this happened back in 2007 in the San Mateo municipality in the Philippines. Romy, a 29-year-old man, and his friends went to a karaoke bar, and they were greeted by the guard there, a 43-year-old man named Robilito.
Hello there.
They went inside, sat down, started drinking, and the guard was having fun alongside them, even shaking the hands of Romy's friends. However, it all changed when Romy started singing My Way. Robilito hated that Romy was singing out of tune and warned him to stop.
Shut up.
When Romy didn't, the guard pulled out his gun and shot Romy in the chest, which killed him. Not only were these incidents strangely sudden, but they also happened in between people that already knew each other and very well. Back in 2018, there were two neighbors, 160 and 128, at a birthday party. The younger one took the microphone to sing My Way, but before he could begin, the older one took the microphone from him. And that really upset the younger one, and he took a knife and just stabbed the old one. So, what could possibly explain such violence tied to something as innocent and joyful as singing? While doing research, I found quite a few theories, but the one that popped up the most basically argues that the Philippines, at least compared to other nations, is quite poor and has quite a bit of violence. So, if karaoke is cheap, it has become an escape of sorts to all those people living a very rough life. And so naturally, if somebody sings badly or has bad karaoke etiquette, some people just might get violent because their only moment of peace during the day is ruined. But that theory still doesn't explain why specifically the song My Way is the source of all this violence. The song is basically a summation of Frank Sinatra's career, and in it he's very unapologetic on how he has done things. Some people perceive it as very arrogant and macho-like, and maybe because of that, people get riled up when it's sung or sung badly or when they're stopped from singing it. It kind of feeds into the ego of sorts. I personally don't buy it, I see it as a very beautiful song, but in the end that's up to the listener. Due to these killings, many Filipinos, even those who loved the song, stopped singing it in public, out of fear or superstition. Authorities even proposed curfews on karaoke to try to lessen the violence. Businesses, however, took a few extra steps. Many of them banned the song from playlists altogether, but a very curious few hired more effeminate or gay men and even transgender women, as the perception was that they are better at dispelling conflict. As you'd expect, news of such a strange phenomena spread like wildfire, and most people thought it was horrible, of course. But a few thought it was kind of funny in a morbid type of way. A Japanese rock band even made a direct reference to it in a promotional video. The singer sings My Way in Japanese and then proceeds to get shot many times. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone you know is a terrible singer. And otherwise, if you're ever traveling in the Philippines and having an itch to sing My Way, just don't. Anyway, I hope to see you for the next one.